Welcome back to the channel. I'd just like to go through some of the upgrades we've made to our Defender 90 as part of our expedition rig. As you can see, the first thing we fitted was a roof rack. It's a flat dog roof rack, and it did come off a marketplace because they are so expensive, brand new. So we fitted a flat dog roof rack. It's only a small one. It's just so that we keep the weight over the back axle. We've moved the spare wheel up, and the reason we moved the spare wheel up is because of the weight that it puts on the back door. So there's the spare wheel. As you can see, the spare wheel on the roof rack is securely tied down. At the back of the roof rack, I fitted two brackets, one there and one there. And this will take the mat tracks when we go travelling, which will sit on the back of the roof rack. It sits across here. That's all that's going to be up here at the moment, trying to keep the weight down, because obviously the higher you put the weight, the higher the centre of gravity. By removing the wheel off the back door, it left me some space. What I did is I made up a bracket that bolts through the existing holes that held the spare wheel on, and I managed to bolt two 10-litre jerry cans and their holders side to side. It's a lot less weight than the spare wheel, but it actually fits in quite well. I think it looks good on the back. Also means, because I moved the spare wheel, I can now access the tow hitch better here, because the spare wheel actually hung down to here, and you had to open the back door before I could lift up the NATO tow hitch. So that's cleared the back wheel off and made us a lot of space. I've also fitted a small ladder as an access ladder. I know that the first step is quite high, but the easiest way to access that is to stand on here and then stand on the back, and I can access it no problem. While I've had the door open now, let's show you what I've done to the back of the Land Rover. Well, on the very back door I've fitted a drop down table. Let me just show you. Just unclips and drops down. Put a piece of aluminium on the drop down door, because obviously it's got these holes for cups. I don't want these, so I've got a piece of aluminium. It's an old sign actually from our marina where we're staying. It was one of their old signs that I just cut down. I thought it was quite appropriate, seeing when I live on a boat. I'll have a piece of the boat with me. There, so that's the back door, and that's its rear door table. It fits in very nicely. Inside we had the fridge freezer. I fitted on both sides this tie down system, so I could tie down the fridge to it. These are easy to access and move. If you just pull them up, they come off. Really easy. Just push them down, move them, and they lock in place. You won't pull them out after. So I have those on both sides. Excuse the dog blanket. And that holds the fridge freezer down. As you can see, it doesn't move now. Also each side, I fitted these cargo sides. So it gives us space now that we can put our clothes and our clothes bags in. Have them on both sides. This side's already filled, as I already have put in my portable air compressor. I have my recovery kit and tool bag there. At the front here, I have made a battery box. This is the auxiliary battery. This is what powers our fridge freezer. In here is a battery Let me just open it and I'll show you. And fuse box. And that has extra sockets on it down here as well. You can see the fridge freezer's plugged in and it's kept charged. We have a Victron battery to battery charger which I installed and goes down to the Land Rover battery, and it's charged when we start the engine. And because it's an isolated battery to battery charger, there's no direct link between the two batteries. So that's what I've done inside. We have a little cargo net just slung between two brackets each side, and this is just so when we get hot, we got jumpers or anything, we can just throw them behind us and drop them into the net. I'd like to take you around the front now and show you the modification we've done on the front. One of the few things we did was we had a smaller steering wheel fitted. Smaller steering wheel. What it does is it gives you room between here and the window, so it means you're always not banging the window all the time, which is common in Land Rovers. I can actually steer now without having to have my arms sticking out the window. Also with this steering wheel, there's a special type of steering wheel that has two locks behind here. So you pull out and you can remove the steering wheel. When you've removed the steering wheel, it makes it a lot harder to steer, but also it comes with this, which is a Boss lock. It goes over the top. It's by a company called Optimil. You just push this down and it locks in place. Then that way no one can get in and steal your Land Rover. Well, it makes it harder to steal it because they can't drive it away. So I think that's one of the best security upgrades you can do for a Defender. In preparation for our further travels, I've had the Land Rover undersealed. Had it done professionally, and what they used was a product called Lanogard. It's actually made from the oil in sheep's wool. It's spun out and washed, and it produces a very sticky, waxy type substance that you can spray onto metal, and it coats it and gives it rust proofing. As I said, I had it done by professionals, but what I'm going to do now, as you can see, it's already coated, it's all nice and shiny, but as you can see some spots. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go over it again. It's been a couple of weeks since they did it. Obviously, the more you put on, the better it's going to save your Land Rover. As they're renowned for rusting, I think the more you can do, the better for the Land Rover. So yes, I'm going to spray this on and give it another protection. Well, I started to spray it, as you can see, it's coating well. Nice and shiny, that will dull as it dries. But as you can see, it certainly covers very well. And all I'm using, because it's so fiddly to get in some of the smaller gaps, I'm just using a standard old window and glass cleaner squirter bottle. And it makes a nice spray pattern, which gets in all the cracks and crannies. Here's one look. As you can see, it covers very well. I would definitely recommend this stuff. So easy to apply. And I'll do the inside of the chassis afterwards and fit it all up. So that's the upgrades we've done to the Defender so far. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you like it. If you don't, leave us some comments. Let us know what you'd prefer to see in the videos. Thanks for watching.